Yo, what's up, everybody, and welcome back to NXT with Najee, a part of the Wrestling Heroes and Insiders podcast. And guess what? Also a part of BodySlam.net. That's right, officially. As of last week, we've been picked up by BodySlam.net. So I'm very excited to sit there and give this podcast out to the world a little bit more, have some more people come in and give it a listen, give it a watch, whatever. But it is now episode 52, season 3, episode 2. And NXT this week was not in Orlando. It was actually in Houston, Texas this week. So I had to bring in a good friend of mine, really hilarious friend of mine, to come cover this episode with me, talk about this episode with me. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Mr. Hobby.
Ah,
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 ah, ah.
what it do, yo? What's going on? Najee, appreciate you for allowing me to be on this podcast, bro. A great honor, man. Appreciate you.
Yeah, dude, I'm happy you could, take some time out of your busy day to, hop on and talk some wrestling, talk some NXT. Just in case people don't know who you are, tell them a little bit about yourself. He's a really big social media guy, does a lot of hilarious content, but, this is for you.
Yeah. So again, my name is Javi. My TikTok social is Basic J with 3 Ys. So is my Instagram, and then my Twitter is Real Basic J. I think it's with 3 Ys too. If not, it's probably just 1 Y. We'll figure that out later on. But no, I've been in the social media gang, I feel like for 5 years now. I've been a very social person growing up, and now with the way how social media is, I decided to give it a shot. It took me a while, but now meeting Najee, meeting everybody that we know in our group, like it's an honor. And honestly, I wouldn't have gone this big without like our group, and especially Najee for sure, because met Najee in the line. We never really spoke like that. So I said something, and he was like, this light skin eye.
And
So
the rest is history.
hell yeah, the rest is history. Now look where we are now.
Yeah, right. I love it, man. So how long have you been in NXT? Like when did those roots start for you? Are you one of the old school NXT people, or did you just more recently get into it?
So I was more of the older school. So I got hooked on it in 2016, 2017. So I did see my first pay-per-view. I'm sorry, PLE. Sorry, PLE.
Oh,
But this was when it was a pay-per-view. It was definitely in Brooklyn. It was Takeover Brooklyn. It was in 2018 in the summer. That was the first time I went, and I had a blast. Seeing, Adam Cole, Ricochet, Velveteen Dream, you name it, they were there, and that was when I got hooked into NXT. And I did give it a little break because some of the storylines weren't getting that good. So I kind of lost interest for a little bit. And then 2.0 was kind of toning down just a little bit. And they said, hey, we're coming back up, bringing the old stuff. I said, you know what? I live in Tampa. I'm an hour and a half away from Orlando. I managed to scoop my way into the PC, and ever since, honestly, it's been a year already. I think it's been 2 weeks ago. It's been a year since I've been to NXT Live, so I have been having a blast. Does the drive be killing me?
no, trust me. If anybody understands that one, is me.
Yeah.
I
Oh
feel
yeah.
you, brother. I
But
feel you.
honestly, like no, it's definitely a great vibes, especially driving to NXT, meeting everybody, and especially now with the social media that I've been doing, being recognized by everybody in line, like, oh
Yeah.
my God, you're my guy. So
Oh yeah.
honestly, that hits a lot. So I honestly I've been enjoying every single moment that I can.
That's awesome, brother. But all right, we're gonna jump right into it now. So you guys know, usually on the show, I don't really do promos, but we're gonna kind of just cover them very quickly at the start, and then we'll talk about the trick one as it falls in to the matchups. So JC Jane still there, still champ, except this time double champ. I like it. I'm not upset about it. I think she deserves it. I think I see what Shawn Michaels is doing here. I saw a lot of people asking questions about like when is Jada Parker gonna get a title shot and different things like that. I think Shawn is kind of letting the vets do their thing and really have their reigns, and then I think he's gonna pull the trigger on Jada after that. That's what I think, anyways. But JC Jane, congratulations, double title. She came out there, she stood on business. She kind of threw some shade at Fallon and JC and Jasmine again. Uh,
Oh, Jasmine. Oh,
but
Jasmine.
tonight we also have on this episode that we're covering, Oba is also retaining his title. Oh, sorry, I guess that's a spoiler alert. Oba is defending his title on a triple threat. I'll probably try to edit that one out. And then Ethan Page. I gotta ask you a question about this. How do you feel about the new title? Ethan Page just released the Canadian North American Championship.
I laughed. Laughed. And what made me laugh more was him just singing the anthem. Oh, Canada, like that. Honestly, it was a
Oh
good
Lord.
promo. The only thing was not a promo, I'm sorry, good segment. The only thing that was pissing me off about this segment was the CW in general censoring the fans. So it literally blocked out the entire segment where I could not understand or hear
Oh wow.
what Ethan was saying. So I honestly like I enjoyed it because I did watch like reclips of it, other people are all posting it. But yeah, CW, you're gonna have to.
Yeah, because see, I watched it on Netflix with a VPN. Don't get mad at me, but I did, but I did. So they and you can hear everything. They didn't really cut out anything. They tried to a little bit since it was on
Yeah.
Netflix, but for the most part, we heard the chants. But I agreed. I did take away a little bit from like when SmackDown had their moments with the FU solo chants, and
Yep,
where you
yep.
just it kind of takes away from it. I wish the censorship could go away after 10 o'clock. Well, I
That's
mean, SmackDown it doesn't matter anymore, but for like Raw, that last hour they should be able to go crazy.
I thought that was a go anyways when they went to Netflix, but
Yeah,
we
I mean the
oh,
censorship is still there. It's still TV PG. That's something we got to
yes,
remember.
yes.
But all right, so now we're gonna jump into the very first match of the night, which was a 4-on-4 tag team match with the Cullen going against Hank and Tank, Zarya, and Sol Ruka. Now, my personal opinion, I still feel like Hank and Tank is being forced on everybody, and I think that placing them with Sol and with Zarya is kind of like another example of that.
They
like
just
please
they
like them.
they just slapped them in there. Like,
Yes,
do it.
like I get it because the storyline's there. You had the Cullings. The Cullen just went for the tag team titles a couple weeks ago. You got Sol and Zarya still beefing with Izzy and Tatum, so
Mhm.
it all makes sense on paper. Um, Zaruka showed out like they always do.
Always.
The kind of the shocker in this match is the way they were making Nico look so like a little weak. Like he looked like a powerhouse, but
Yeah,
then they all jumped him.
and I didn't like that because us being at the show, this man.
A beast.
And for them to be making him looking kind of weak in that match, I was kind of like, ah, damn, they gotta have to do something better. I don't know what's going on tonight.
It's very strange. But I mean, at least at the end of the day, like regardless of, I guess what is it? Let me look at know. Dark State. Dark State surprised everybody and kind of interfered in this match. And it makes me wonder if they're getting ready to go for the tag team championships or if they're just gonna start attacking the Cullen. But due to their interference, the Cullen actually wins this match.
Hmm.
With Tatum pinning Zarya, which is a big deal because Big Za, we don't like to see Big Za count the lights. We don't like to
Oh
see
no,
that. Um,
no,
so
we
how are
know.
you feeling personally about Hank and Tank? Like I know I just kind of said my opinion and some of the people in the crowd, but how are you feeling about Hank and Tank? Are you a fan
Um,
or do you think it's a little too much?
so so I was a huge fan of Hank and Tank. I'm still I'm still a fan. I still hype them up. I still promote them any way I can. I just feel like I think ever since they won the title. It was kind of like I feel to me was they just threw it there like, oh, the fans want them as champion, let's just do that. And
Mm-hmm.
then we got that, and then we didn't see them wrestle for like another week or 2 weeks. I'm just like, and then what was the purpose, you know? But with the match that they had with the Culling a couple weeks ago, honestly, was a great match.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like the Culling should have definitely won that match. But writers have their options, they can figure everything out. But that match. I don't know. Something in my mind says Dark State will kill becoming NXT champion. So
Please.
I give them, honestly, I really want to give them to I want to say before the end of the year, the Dark State
Mm-hmm.
becomes champion.
I mean, it'd
If
be dope too because if you think about it, any of them can retain, like defend it.
yeah. So I feel like before the end of the year passes, I think Dark State will definitely win the titles. If not, the Culling might be the next.
Yeah, I got OTM in the back of my mind too. I can't forget
I
about
do.
OTM.
Yes.
Can't forget about him.
OTM has been getting slept on, and they need to fix that
Yep.
ASAP.
All right, now match number two. The man, the house, the building, the tank himself, Jasper Troy versus Ricky Saints. Now, this was good. I'm very, very impressed by how good they're making Jasper Troy look. Like absolute beast. When he took on Javon, beast. Now he's fighting Ricky and he's just dominating, bro. Like, the only thing that kind of bothered me with this is because I couldn't tell if the stage falling was supposed to happen
Most
or
definitely.
not. Like Ricky fell through the stage, and I don't even think they caught it on camera. Like you just turn around, he was in a hole. Like you know,
So I don't think so. I think for sure it was supposed to be a spot, and I think Ricky he kind of went there a little too fast,
Yeah, I think he
and
fell through it
then he
earlier
fell
than what he
through
was supposed
earlier.
to.
That's why you noticed the cameraman
He's like,
didn't
huh?
see the cameras, and he was just standing with Jasper. It was definitely a spot. I called it for sure. It was gonna be a spot. But they did the thing with Jasper Troy, man. And honestly, he's coming up. He's up and coming. He right now, I will say right now, he's not ready for a title. There's a
Mhm.
couple things that he needs to work on, but he is really good. And also seeing him in person performing, he is really good.
Yeah. They definitely took somebody large and made them larger. Like, and
Mhm.
that's a hard thing to do nowadays because there's so many big men I feel like that are trying to be in the WWE or in the WWE or other places who aren't being used properly.
Yeah.
So
Hey, listen, don't sleep on a boy, Ricky Saint.
Ricky
Don't sleep on the
Saints.
boy. Don't sleep on that
I don't.
boy.
I got to give Ricky a shout out though because there's a lot of people that come and get signed to WWE that don't want to make the sacrifices and don't want to take the pins and don't want to lose. Ricky's been losing a lot.
Hmm.
And I think that goes to show a lot about his character and like how dedicated he is to not only getting himself over, but getting other people over too. So shout out to Ricky Saints, man. Shout out.
Ricky
No, we're
says.
not doing that. But all right, but Jasper Troy gets the win by a count out, which is something I don't think we've seen happen in wrestling in quite some time. Like it's usually
Yes.
always like the nine, they slide back in. But no, Ricky was dead. Ricky fell in a hole and he died. But all right, so now we're gonna move on to the little in between spot here, which was a promo segment between Trick Williams calling out the Undertaker. I was hyped. I think Trick has a hard time being a heel because everybody still loves him, even though they want to
Mhm.
boo him. I like heel Trick. I like Hollywood Trick, but I think he's trying just a little too hard still to have the crowd love him when he should just not be caring. You know what I mean?
Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. Can I say though that this segment where him, Wesley, Tyson, Tyreek, and you had Javon in the back, if Javon ever sees this clip, I'm telling you right now, that man had me in tears. He said, "Go get him, Trick. Go get him." And then you hear Trick Williams say, "You better mind your business while the grown folk are talking." He goes, "Damn."
No.
Like like you see that, like that made me crack up. And I'm not gonna lie, I actually have that clip saved on my TikTok because I think I might do a TikTok
Uh-huh.
for that. So honestly, like the segment with Trick calling out Taker, and you got Javon in the background just being that one nosy kid. Like, I want to see this from myself, man. Like, what's going on? Like that was good because that is gonna lead up to something for us to
Eventually.
talk about near the ending of this episode.
Yeah, and like I'm not gonna spend too much time on it. I'll just jump right into it and say what it was. Like Undertaker walks up to Javon later and basically tells him, if you want to beat a big dog, keep chasing after the big dogs. Keep chasing after the big one, essentially.
Mhm.
Like, don't get sidetracked, Javon. You should be going after the NXT championship.
Yeah.
Like I agree 100%. The only thing that I would like to critique about the Undertaker coming out, and boy, it's been a while since he's had to do a promo, and you could tell. That's all I'm
Yeah.
gonna say. I'm gonna leave it at that because I respect the dead man. He gave me a fist pump last time I seen him, so I'm gonna leave it at that. Leave it at that. But man, shout out to Trick Willie. You're killing it. You're hilarious, bro. You're so much fun to watch, regardless of whether you're a heel, regardless of whether you're a baby face. It's very easy to love you, brother. Very easy to love you.
I
But
just
now,
love.
speaking of matches with people that a lot of people seem to love, this is match number
Oh,
3. Blake
okay.
Monroe versus Ren Sinclair. Now, this is Blake's first in-ring debut on TV. She's done a house show against Laney, I believe, a couple weeks ago.
Yes, it is.
So it was a good debut match. Ren had a really dope like 619 kick in that match. I don't know, with like one leg. It wasn't even like a real 619, but she just kind of popped in and just with one leg. It's awesome.
You know what I mean?
It was very short. It was a shorter match than I anticipated. Blake Monroe got the win, which I think everybody saw coming. Shout out to Ren for putting on the show, being there, being present, doing a damn thing. We'll never have hate for Ren. There's like 3 people on our group chat that just don't like Ren, but we shut it down every time.
Yes.
All right. But
Yes.
shout out to Blake Monroe. I'm curious to see what's getting ready to happen at the end of the match. Jordan Grace comes from out of the crowd or wherever she was hiding in. Somebody online asked her, like, "Oh, did you see that coming?" She said, "Dog." She literally tweeted her getting
Posted
in
it
the box.
herself.
Of course, I saw her coming. but, but Blake, I'm curious to see where this is gonna go. Eventually, it'll end up with Blake with the title. I'd assume. I wouldn't be mad at JC Blake and Jordan in a triple threat. Wouldn't be mad at that. But we'll see what happens there. Now, last match of the night. Darula defends his championship against Yoshiki. Sorry, I can't help myself. Every single anyway, we
Hey,
ain't gonna put him on blast.
no, no,
Uh,
no.
but I shout out to Yoshiki, man. It's the funnest name that I have. I love saying that name. So much fun. But and against Briggs. Now the story between these three, Yoshiki and Oba, put on a classic, a Great American Bash with Briggs interfering. Briggs wanted to step in and challenge Oba, and Yoshiki stepped in and said no because I still feel like I deserve to fight, and when I fight, I'm gonna fight with honor. So I'm gonna fight everybody. Even
Yep.
though Oba told us up and down he was never going to do another triple threat, he was done with triple threats.
Was done with it.
He's in a triple threat. Um, so this is the perfect match for Booker T. Booker T, as soon as they all came out, what do you think he probably said?
Oh, that man definitely went straight for the no bread,
Yep.
no water,
Yep.
just me. That's what I'm talking about, baby.
Yep, exactly. And it was that kind of match. Yoshiki showed out again. Yoshiki and Oba did the damn thing again. Oba really had to fight hard with this one because it was two powerhouses coming at him at the same time. Last time he dealt with that, I think, was Stand and Deliver 2024 when
Well,
he
yeah,
went
last year.
against, damn, I believe it was Briggs and Dijak. And that
Yes.
ended up being a really, really good match. So now Oba walks away with as the winner again. Like who, bro? It's unreal to me how many people they put in front of him and how many people he keeps knocking
Ooh.
down. So with Oba retaining, I have a question for you. Who do you think is gonna be the one that beats it? Do you think it's gonna be Javon, or do you think it's gonna be somebody else that actually takes that title off of Oba?
My honest opinion, I really want Javon. Really want Javon to win this one. He has been getting opportunities left and right. You have him facing Randy Orton in Randy Orton's hometown. You have him popping up to SmackDown. You got him popping up in AAA. And mind you, this is all within a year.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like this is his time to shine. Now, I know other people are saying, it's too early for Javon, it's too early for him. But when I'm telling you, pay close attention to how this man performs and how he is outside. Like this man, he's for the business. So I feel like any opportunity that he gets and he says it himself, like, I'm gonna do it. I like this and I like that. But if I gotta do what I gotta do to support my fans and they want me to do this, I'm gonna do it.
Mm-hmm.
So I really think Javon might be the one to dethrone the ruler.
No, Rula. Across the board, that seems to be everybody's prediction. Like at least the most well-deserved prediction. Like I can't think anybody else other than like Wesley. Wesley, I wouldn't be
West.
mad at a Wesley title run personally.
And honestly, like from there, he almost had it because didn't they fight each other? They did. The
Yeah, but
Oklahoma.
it was for the North American Championship, and that was the match where Oba threw West 40 feet in the air. I'll never forget that.
That man was gone. He went up in the heavens.
I'll never forget that.
But no, yeah, for sure. My top pick will be Javon Evans to be the one to dethrone the
Oba. All right, that's 2 weeks in a row, y'all. Everybody is rooting for Javon to be the one to do it. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Maybe he'll get drafted, like I said in the last episode, and drop the title. Maybe not. Maybe not.
We
But all
never
right, my
know.
friends. But that was the Houston Takeover episode of NXT. Uh, it was good. I liked it. I think it was a little promo heavy, a little segment heavy, but there was only 4 matches, which is kind of crazy to think about on a Tuesday. But job well done, Sean. Job well done. Now, this is the part of NXT with Najee where I ask my guests 3 questions. You ready for this, Javi?
I'm ready.
All right. So, first question is going to be, what is your favorite WrestleMania moment? What's the one that had you in tears, running around the room, doing cartwheels, whatever you were doing to celebrate it? What was your favorite WrestleMania moment?
Can I give you two or just
Yeah,
one?
you can give me two. We got a little bit of time,
So,
a little bit of
so my first one is going to be when the Hardy Boys came back.
time. Okay. 33, WrestleMania 33?
WrestleMania 33 in Orlando. I wasn't there. I was actually living in New York at the time. And once you hear the Hardy Boys theme song come out, I kid you not, I'm laying in bed. And when I hear that, I just jump up and I'm like, Jeff Hardy, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
like that was my best WrestleMania moment, especially how loud the crowd got. Because it was like, oh my God, this is 2007, 2009 all over again.
It
So
was the
that
best kept secret.
it definitely was. And I loved it because I was also watching them in the indies and me thinking like, oh no, they're not gonna pop out, but they proved us wrong.
Hmm.
And my second best WrestleMania moment is actually had to be I was there live. It was WrestleMania 35 in Jersey, Batista versus Triple H. Now
Oh.
the reason I say this is one of the best matches for me, even though it's kind of little slips here and there, but reason why I said that this was my favorite WrestleMania moment, I grew up watching Batista.
Hmm.
That was my first and last time that I ever watched Batista live in person. So as I see him walking out to his song, his theme song, and I just pictured my 6-year-old me.
Yeah.
I mean, he lost, but you know what? And comes to find out that was his last match. I said, you know what? I'm glad that was here. I'm glad that I saw this in person. And I wish I had the big gold around me because that's how I grew up. I literally my first ever WWE match I ever watched was a Friday Night SmackDown taping, Batista versus Undertaker in a steel cage match when Edge cashed in his Money in the
Yep,
Bank.
I
So
remember that.
that's why
That's
that
sick,
is
man.
my top match ever.
Yes, I love it. Two great picks. Two great
Yep.
moments. Like
Some
both of
people
them give
never
me
expected
chills
that.
just thinking about it. Like I like that.
Some people never expected it. That's why we had a
Yeah, switch it up. All right. Now, second question. What got you into making social media and what is the inspiration behind your sense of humor? Like where did this all come from? Because you a goofy dude, bro.
So, I mean, when it comes to social media, I've been very, very open. Once I pull out my phone, I'm always recording everything that I can just to relate, like bring back memories. Whenever in the future comes by, I watch it again. COVID happened, TikTok was booming. I only had 20 followers. And I was recording videos left and right, making my own skits, me thinking that they were funny when they really weren't. But to me, I'm like, this is pretty funny. And one day I did a like a Twitter reaction video, and randomly I had 5,000 followers, went to 50,000, 100,000, 200,000. And I was at the most followers I had was 500, and it went down, but you know what? It happens.
Mhm.
But I started to realize this wasn't really what I wanted to get known for. I moved to Florida for wrestling. Not a lot of people notice, but I actually moved down here because I actually wanted to train.
Mhm.
Right now, life things happen, so it's on pause. But you know what? I've met so many great people, such as Najee, such as Pun. You got John. We got all the gangs. You know what I mean? And shout out to them. But I feel like maybe when the time comes, if I can post stuff about wrestling, it might pop. Next thing you know, we had WrestleMania pop up. You had that one specific match with Stephanie Vaquer, and I said, "Man, this is pretty funny." Booker's over here going wildin'. I just pulled out my phone. I saw they had on TikTok, so I said, "Let me just do a quick reaction, another reaction video." And when I did it, it started blowing up. And when I'm telling you, like, I had random people come up to me by my area. Not that many people know me around here, and I was like, "Oh my God, you're that dude from TikTok." I'm like, oh snap!
Ah, ah,
I said,
ah.
I said it's working. I think I got noticed. The first time I got noticed was I was on vacation in New York. I went to a House of Glory show. So one guy comes up to me, dude, no way, you're that guy. So that right there, that made my night because I'm like, you know what, I'm doing something good, and like it felt great. And honestly, I just been doing that as much video as I can, and he got that one reaction video of Booker T live. He's over
Yep.
here smirking.
Yep.
I feel like what made it more better for me was also Stephanie Vaquer reposting my video.
Hmm.
That's when I was like, all right, I think I made it. She reposted, I'm good, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
But no, I love, I just love recording videos, just making people's days. And even if I'm just that one corny kid, but I can make them laugh, like that's what makes me feel better.
Heck yeah.
Everyone goes through the trials and tribulations. This is my way of pushing that to the side. Let me just do this,
Oh
just
yeah.
and
Found
make
your
people.
piece.
I
Found your
found
piece.
peace.
I love it, brother. I love it. What a great origin story. I'm a big fan of origin stories. That's like the most consistent thing about my show is that I'm real quick to get somebody's origin story.
Yep.
But thank you for sharing that. But all right, here's the last question. So
Here
last
we go.
question. I like this one. This one's a fun one for me. If you could travel anywhere in the world, where would it be? And the second part is, what wrestler are you taking with you? Hmm.
Ooh,
Keep it
okay.
keep it PG.
Keep it PG. We're gonna keep it PG. But I gotta go somewhere. I would go to Dominican Republic. I'll go back to my homeland. I think I could bring Booker T.
You bring a Booker T with you.
I'll bring Booker T with me. Why not?
All
Because
right, y'all gonna have a time.
listen, if all I gotta hear is no bread, no water, just me, and he look at females, I'm keeping it PG. I'm keeping
Yep.
it PG.
Yeah, yeah. Remember, he's married now. Don't get him in trouble.
And he looks around and he says, "Oh, shuck it, duck it, quack, quack. I'm out. We going out glass." I feel like for sure with hanging out with Booker and seeing his personality like that on TV and also in person, like I think I'll have a good time on vacation with him.
Heck yeah, man. That's a good choice, man. All right, so we're going to the Dominican Republic with Booker T. Booker T, you coming with? All
Yep.
right, get your floral shirts ready. Get
We're
your
going to the resort, Booker. That's
going.
what we're doing. Five
Well, all
star.
right.
Five star.
Well, yo, thank you one more time, Javi, for being here and joining me today on NXT with Najee. If you'd like to plug in your socials one more time before we get up out of here, I'm pretty sure the rest of the people would like to appreciate and
Of
support you.
course, of course. So my Instagram is Basic J with three Y's, JAYYY. And you also got my TikTok, Basic J with three Y's. My Twitter/X is Real Basic J. If you guys want to follow me, how about this? We're gonna do it like this. Whenever this video gets posted, the first 10 people to follow me, you'll get a follow back. What do
Hey,
you think of
hey,
that?
hey, watch out. All right, but this
Watch
video is
out.
actually going to go up today. It's going to go up today. As soon as we're
Perfect.
done, I'm going to edit it a little bit, and then we're going to pop this thing out here and let people listen to us chat it up. But all right, man, thank you so much for, plugging yourself in. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you guys so much for listening, watching, however you're tuning in. Please make sure you guys like, subscribe to the Whip Show, subscribe to my new YouTube page, NXT with Najee. You can find me NXT with Najee on everything. That's what it is. I'm trying to step
How
my
it is.
TikTok game up. I'm just a little old. I don't know how to use that stuff yet. But but all right, you guys, thank you guys so much for being here. This has been NXT with Najee, a part of the Wrestling Heroes and Insiders podcast and a part of bodyslam.net. Shout out, y'all. I will see y'all next week for episode 53 as NXT returns back to the PC. My friends, one more time,
We
Jay.
out there.
We
We
out of
out
there. We'll
there.
be there. We'll be
We
there.
gonna
Look
be
for us,
there.
y'all.
We gonna be there.
All right, y'all. We'll see y'all later. Have a good one.
That's greatness. Life is for the dreamers like me. Journey down the stream.